Hello, everyone. Give yourself a hand. And for the ones wearing purple, extra hands. Don't be like one of my speakers. I won't tell you who it is. They said, well, I have on purple underwear. I said, I do not want to check for that. Next time, make sure we can see it. Guys, I'm Brian McLaughlin, the Media Relations Director for the International Black Theater Festival. I was telling Jackie, I find myself, I don't know, probably around like May, I'm walking around, people looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, it's the most wonderful time of the year, because every 2 years, guys, since 1989, we have made Winston-Salem. I don't care what your GPS told you. They probably said, I'm sorry, Grant. It probably said Ben Convention Center, but you are on Black theater holy ground. That's where you are. Larry Leon Hamlin had the vision. Sylvia continued it, and a staff of wonderful workers and supporters have continued and kept it going, and we are so excited today because we're going to give you a glimpse of the production schedule for this year, and tickets go on sale today. So, I'm telling you, some are going to sell out. I already know. Seriously, I already know some are going to sell out, so it will behoove, don't you love that word, behoove you to get your tickets early. So we are so excited. We want to give you just a glimpse of some things that are happening. And we have a community concert on Saturday at Waite Chapel featuring Common Hymnal. They fuse worship with community. And let me tell you, when you leave that concert, you're going to be different. You're going to be changed. And we are so excited to have today to give you just a glimpse to kick things off, because we are theater after all. Kier Bjorn with Common Hymnal. Let's welcome him today.
May our hearts be warm. May we mourn with those who mourn. As you wept with us, O God, who lived among us. Holy God and fully man, divine with dusty hands, you can hold us in our pain and share our sorrow. But where are you today? Have you turned your face away? Are you crying with us? Do you hear, feel it too? Ooh. May our hearts stay soft to tragedy and loss. As injustice seeks us, may we meet an equal love. When words are not enough and peace a distant thought, we need to know you're here and that you see us. So where are you today? Have you turned your face away? Are you crying with us? Do you feel it too? So where are you today? Have you turned your face away? Are you crying with us? Do you feel too? So be with me today as the tears stream down my face. I I need to know you see me and you feel it too.
Thank you, Kier. That Saturday, the last day of the festival, 5:30 at Wake Chapel. And they say they are worship with a social conscience. It will be an evening of celebrating faith, family, and community. And it's free, Jackie? Yes, it is. It is free. Can't beat that price. So let's give Kier a hand, another hand. Guys, as you can imagine, leading an organization like this takes a lot of grit and determination, and we are so happy and so blessed that our board chair is a person who worked side by side with Larry and Sylvia over the years, and he knows the vision, and he knows where this company has been and where it can go. Please welcome our board chair, the NC Black Rep, Dr. Eric Sadler.
Thank you, Brian, for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for joining us today on this beautiful Martastic day. So glad to see everyone. Before we get started, I'd like to make a few recognitions. Are there any board members present today? Please stand. And to all of our staff members who have staff members present today, please stand. Give them a long round of applause. Thank you for all that you do. Do we have any volunteers in the house? Present and past, please stand. Give them a long one. Stand, stand. You guys stand up. All right. Thank you, volunteers, for all that you do. We wouldn't be here without you. As board chairman of the North Carolina Black Repertory Company, I gladly accept the responsibility of carrying on the legacy of our late founders, Larry Leon Hamlin and Sylvia Sprinkle Hamlin. They saw the power in the arts, and more specifically in the power of black theater. I can report to you today that our organization is more energized as ever to bring you all the best Black Theater Festival as yet to come. Board, to do this, we're going to need your support. How can you support us? You can donate, you can buy tickets, hopefully plenty of tickets. Spread the word of mouth goes far. And also just show up, be there. I'm very proud to lead this organization, and I also want to thank the city of Winston-Salem, because Winston-Salem always shows up and turns the city purple. Always. So thank you again, and let's make this a historical International Black Theater Festival. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And bringing words from, wow, the entire organization and a person with vision. And I ask him when he sleeps, he never gives me an answer, so I don't know what that means. But Jackie Alexander is a leader and a person that is always on the go. Please welcome our artistic director and the producer of the International Black Theater Festival.
Good afternoon. You know, as I was sitting there when I walked in the room, I get goosebumps when I see this logo, because Mr. and Mrs. Martastic are looking over us. When Larry Leon Hamlin started this festival in 1989, he not only changed the face of Black theater, but he forever changed this community. Winston-Salem truly is the city of arts and innovation, not to mention one of the best places to live on the face of the planet. As Eric said, the city always comes out and supports us, and we could not do this without you. Do we have any city council members here? Any city officials? Please stand. Ben, I see you back there. Please stand. So with that in mind, as we planned this first international Black Theater Festival, we actually wanted to turn the focus on community. So this festival is really focused on community. We partnered with Wake Forest School of Divinity and the Wake the Arts Initiative with generous support from the Luce Foundation to create the Finding Holy Ground project, We commissioned 2 shows that examine race, religion, and justice in America, Heritage and I Am Shepherdess. But we also have a week of special events. Brian mentioned Common Hymnal, which is Saturday at 5:30, free to the public. On Wednesday, the 31st at 5:30, right here in the Benton, we're going to have a celebrity stage reading of Turning 15, which tells the story of Linda Blackman Lowry, the youngest participant in the 1965 Voters' Rights March. You don't want to miss that. That entire day, we're going to partner with Democracy North Carolina, have a voter registration drive. This is a very important election year, okay? So we want to make sure everybody's registered. But even more so, on that day, if you can bring your kids out, we're going to have an amazing exhibit right here in the lobby of the Benton celebrating civil rights icons. You do not want to miss this. Wake did a beautiful job with this exhibit. We also, Ms. Hamlin was all about the kids, so we wanted to make sure we planned for them. So in addition to Teen-tastic, the Youth Celebrity Project, the Youth Talent Showcase, we're going to add on a couple of special events on Friday and Saturday. Please bring your kids out. We're going to have a virtual reality screening. There's very few people in the world who's had the opportunity to experience this. The film is called Young Thang. It's based on a Nigerian folktale. Bring your kids from 11 to 7. It's amazing. And on Saturday morning, we're going to have a performance telling our stories through poetry. Again, bring your kids. Tell your churches, bring buses. All of this, everything I just said, is free. Bring them. We want to make sure all of Winston-Salem celebrates with us as we usher in the International Black Theater Festival. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Last month, we unveiled and introduced our selection committee's choice for our celebrity co-chairs, and we are so excited that they chose Tamara Tooney and Clifton Davis. So now we have a recorded message from our celebrity co-chairs for this year.
Black theater to me means American theater. You know, I mean, I know at this festival we're celebrating what is particularly Black, what is particularly African American, and perhaps, I don't know if we're pulling from the diaspora because we are international, you know, but these stories that are told here, whether they are from the past, present, or something new, are about American life in this country, you know, and we as a Black people are just representing a particular slice of that American story, you know, so that's what Black theater means to me. It means American theater.
Black theater means to me, since I'm a lot older than this young woman,
Not much.
I remember when there was almost zero Black theater. I came into the business around the time that the Negro Ensemble Company was started.
Hello.
And I never worked with them, but I struggled in that same arena with them. And it was hard to find jobs. I was blessed to find jobs on Broadway, 9 Broadway shows, and good Lord, a lot of regional theater and off-Broadway shows. But I struggle to get those opportunities, and what Black theater means to me today is we've come a long way. And it means that we have more outlets, more places where we can be seen and heard. It means that we can tell our stories with our voices and written with our words. Black theater means my kids are going to have something to look at that resembles them. And I had to struggle to see that. Back in the day, you know, we used to call the whole family, oh, look, there's a Black person on television.
Absolutely.
You know, it was that kind of thing. And
Absolutely.
I happen to have been proud to be one of the pioneers for Black comedy on television.
And music.
And music, yeah.
Extraordinary singer, yes.
I wrote for Motown for a number of years, and I just happened to be in a couple of sitcoms that happened in the early 70s. and the 80s. And I'm proud to have been a part of that. But now I know that my kids, my grandkids, are going to be able to see those images because there are more opportunities, more outlets. And that's what Black theater means to me.
And I would just add to that, because I do work in the not-for-profit world, is that supporting those theaters is critical. In order for these theaters and for these performers and these stories to be told, it needs the support of the community, you know? And so I encourage everyone to go to their local theater and support, show up, you know, and do what you need so that these theaters continue to exist for our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren, et cetera, et cetera. I'm Tamara Tooney, and I'm so excited to welcome you to Holy Ground, the 2024 International Black Theater Festival. Welcome.
I'm Clifton Davis, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Black Theater Holy Ground for the 2024 International Black Theater Festival. Look forward to seeing you.
We did good, and thanks for our staff member, our marketing associate, John Milner, for putting it together. Awesome. You know, we touched upon the city turning purple during that week in August, July 29th through August 3rd, and we could not do it without the support of the city, of city officials, and also our fundraising committee and our board. It takes a village, and I would like to bring to the stage to bring some words is our honorable, always supporting the NC Black Rep, Mayor Allen Joines, and our fundraising co-chair, Chris Leak.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is getting ready to be holy ground here in Winston-Salem. I know we recognize our council member, and I want to call her out, Annette Scipio, council member from the East Ward. Obviously glad to have you here, and you'll hear from our Mayor Pro Tem in just a moment. Also, we have a number of staff members here. I see Ben Rao, who is our assistant city manager, who controls the budget for this for the city, and I'll say it's in the budget. This is the largest contribution we make, basically, for. Can't remember, Ben, is it 150 or 175? 175? All right, so 175. We're putting into this this deal. It's been an interesting year as the fundraising. Chris has done a great job. He is actually the chairman. I just kind of help out when I can. Nigel Austin and I used to call ourselves Batman and Robin. I don't know, we Batman and Batman maybe, I don't know. Oh, I like that, I like that. So we did lose a fairly significant sponsor, but we're starting to make that up. Wanted to excitingly announce that Texas Pete has signed on for a pretty major support. First time they've done it, and they're doing it in honor of Ann Garner Riddle, who is getting ready to retire from Texas Pete. But we've really filled in the blanks there. The Millennium Fund, for which I've represented for many, many years, we're getting ready to close up shop there, but we've made a 3-festival commitment. So we take all the worry out of going forward. We're doing this one and 2 more down the road there. So the city and community really does step up to support this festival. It is a wonderful thing for our community, so it's definitely a symbiotic relationship, because we get a lot out of this as we market our city, and you'll hear from the great successes that our marketing department's doing there. So on behalf of my small role in the fundraising, I say thank you to all the sponsors, and I think Chris is going to recognize most of them.
Thank you again. I also see Linda Jackson Barnes, the mayor's assistant. If you could stand, please. Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone. What an honor it is to serve with Mayor Joines as co-chair of the fundraising committee. Most of you are used to Nigel. I want to give a shout out to Nigel, who has done this forever. Thanking Nigel and Sylvia for entrusting me to help co-chair this fundraising committee. Mayor Jones, thank you for the support over the years, making sure that this event thrives and stays here in Winston-Salem. I'd also like to thank the city as a strong supporter, as well as Forsyth County as a strong supporter. I'd also first like to acknowledge the fundraising committee. If any fundraising committee members are here, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you so much for your efforts. I'd also like to recognize two sponsors that have been with us since 1989, the founding, and that's Reynolds American and Haynes Brand. Let's give them a round of applause. And if we have any other sponsors here today, would you please stand so we can recognize you? Any other corporate sponsors? Let's give them a hand anyway. So I know we're all excited to put on our purple and black, but I want to talk to you about another important color. And you know what that is. Green. Green. It takes a great deal of funds to bring this festival every 2 years to Winston-Salem. It's quite historical. There are many partnering opportunities available along with numerous ways to contribute. We are always looking for more corporate sponsors, so if you have an employer, please bring this up to them as well. I encourage you to ask your employer or corporate office to support NC Black Rep, which puts on the International Black Theater Festival. I'd ask you to reach out to all of us, and we'll give you anything that you need to make this work. I believe this is going to be one of the best festivals ever. I know Jackie and Indy and the staff and the board, we put a lot of time and effort into it, but we still need green. So I would encourage you all to reach deep into your purses and your wallets and ask your friends and your neighbors to become a part of the Marv Tastic Society. Thank you again to all of our sponsors. Mayor Jones, thank you for letting me serve beside you. Thank you.
How excited is Texas Pete? And the mayor said they can't pay me in hot sauce. I tried. We'll talk about that. Energy, spirit, so many words to describe our next speaker, who's been there, who's supported us, has always been that beacon. Please welcome our lovely Mayor Pro Tem, Denise Dee Adams.
Hello. It's like Christmas. But instead of it coming every year, we have to wait 2 years. It's like Christmas. We're waiting, we're counting down, we're excited. We all trying to figure out what tickets we're gonna get, Councilmember Scipio. We all trying to figure out where do we need to be where everybody's going to be. And that's here in Winston-Salem on holy ground. Here in Winston, downtown at the Benton, the North Carolina Black Repertory Company has held their standard to the best forever. It's up to us now to show them how much we love them and we want to keep them in Winston-Salem. Now, don't get it twisted. Like they said, everybody wants this. This was one of the first. One of the first that was successful. So if we don't show up and we don't show out and we don't support this endeavor, we could lose this to a small town somewhere out west. Y'all got that? I am excited. Dee Adams, I was a theater minor in college at Morgan State University. Whoop, whoop, go Bears. I want you to know that art in the form of theater is our humanity. You get all of your emotions, all of your feelings, all of your thoughts, everything from, like Jackie said, from social justice to religion, to family, to community, to history. Theater brings it all. Entertainment, song and dance, they bring it. I want you to give the volunteers, the staff and supporters and fundraisers a hand, please, because this could not happen. Again, I am excited. I want to tell you a short story, and I've told you before. Back in probably 1988, 89, Larry Leon was, bringing in volunteers. Some of y'all shaking your head. You know how he was. Bringing in volunteers, and I was unemployed, laid off at the time, and, I'm young. I'm like a theater man. I'm going to help, Larry had me driving him around in I was his chauffeur. And that was okay. I didn't get a part in a play, but playing that role was just as instrumental in the culmination of where we are now. When I finally, me, I'm young, I'm telling him, I'm like, look, Larry, we riding in the rain, the BMW 325 Burgundy. I said, look, Larry, I need a part, or I can't be your chauffeur no more, I'm riding gas, and gas was high then like it is now. At the end of the day, he kind of looked over to me, and this man, that wore the shades and the beret even at night. He was that type of guy, like a muse. He looked at me and he said, but you do have a role. I'm looking at him like, driving? This is before Miss Daisy. This is Dee Dee driving. I said, a role? He said, yes, you're helping to make something happen that will be historically profound, and you will be a part of it, and even if nobody knows that you were only a driver of Larry Leon Hamlin, you are giving a great performance. And I bought it, hook, line, and sinker, and I did, and I'm so glad I did. I feel connected to this. And I want you to feel that connection too. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you at the end of July and August at the International Black Theater Festival. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. We can't do this without, as we said, the community support. And I would like to bring up Howard Upchurch, who's the interim president and CEO of the Arts Council of Winston-Salem and Forsyth County. Let's give Howard a hand.
Thanks, Brian. Good afternoon. It's quite a Marv-tastic Monday here in Winston-Salem. So I am Howard Upchurch, interim president of the Arts Council of Winston-Salem and Forsyth County. For 75 years, the Arts Council has been the chief advocate for arts and culture in our area. And one of our longest and most enduring and most important partnerships has been supporting North Carolina Black Rep and the national, now international Black Theater Festival. As a resident company in our facilities, North Carolina Black Rep showcases all of their great performances at the Milton Rhodes Center and the Haynes Brands Theater throughout the year. And we are so excited to welcome the performances from the International Black Theater Festival back to our campus and look forward to seeing you all there. So thank you. The festival is a crown jewel of the arts in Winston-Salem that just keeps shining more brightly each year. And on behalf of the Arts Council, I say good luck with this year's festival, and I can't wait to see what this year brings. Thanks so much.
Over 60 to 70,000 people will be in Winston-Salem during the week, and sometimes it's their first time here. We have a lot of people that come back every year and visit Winston-Salem. They're always there to make sure that we look our best and that we are partnering with that organization. Please welcome to the podium Stephanie Pace Brown, president of Visit Winston-Salem.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted and I must say humbled to be here today to represent our team at Visit Winston-Salem, the Tourism Development Authority, and all of the tourism partners that we serve. On behalf of our team, I wanted to acknowledge the team at NC Black Rep for the monumental effort it takes to present the magical, Marv-tastic spectacle that is the International Black Theater Festival. I'd also like to congratulate the board of NC Black Rep, and as far as I can tell, almost everybody in this room who has made this such a prestigious festival that's acknowledged around the globe, and thank Jackie and India and the extraordinary team at Black Rep for keeping this dream alive. We're so fortunate that this celebration of art and creativity and community takes place here in Winston-Salem, and Visit Winston-Salem is proud to support you with our sponsorship and our partnership. The festival and its performers, opening night gala, poetry jam, youth events, and international market showcase one of the key pillars that makes Winston-Salem such a special place to live and to visit, and that's the arts. Visitors will enjoy the festival. They'll stay in our hotels, eat in our restaurants, and shop in our stores and visit our attractions. And when the festival concludes, they will have left millions of dollars behind at our local businesses. In addition to the dollars that are pumped into our community by visitors, this festival puts us on the national stage and increases our reputation as a destination for the arts. So it's 56 days until showtime, and we can't wait to see the curtain rise again. So bravo on 18 biennial seasons of IBTF, and thank you very much.
Our next speaker, there are no words. He's been here, I think, since the beginning. I would see he and Larry walk through the lobby so many times, and whenever they said, "Brian, we need to talk to you," I see those two, I'd be like, "Oh, God, what have I done now?" Integral is an understatement for the success of the festival and the partnership. Benton, and we just would like to give him an opportunity to speak to you about that partnership and what the festival means to him. Please welcome our friend Grant Minix, Director of Operations here at the Benton Convention Center.
I only wish I had a story like Dee Dee's to tell. Because I think all the stories I could tell probably are not for this crowd, so. All right, good afternoon. Again, thanks, Brian, for welcoming me here. The festival may have a new name, may have a new logo, but it's all about bringing Black theater to everyone. In 56 days, the Benton will host the star-studded opening night gala that kicks off a very busy week of activity here at the Benton. The Benton will house 2 theaters with 15 performances. We'll have a comedy club this year, brand new, never happened before. Midnight poetry, educational seminars. And when you're tired of going to a show, you can go shopping, right? Right here in this ballroom on the 31st at 11 a.m., we open the doors to the International Vendors Market. The old school block party will be held in Corporing Plaza again this year. It'll be August 1st through the 3rd. This event is from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's free entertainment, local food trucks, and believe it or not, we're going to have a shuttle from the front of the Benton down to Corporing Plaza and back. In an acceptance speech by a Tony Award winner and friend of the festival, Andre DeShields, he gave 3 cardinal rules of sustainability and longevity of the arts. I would like to highlight just one. Surround yourself with people whose eyes light up when they see you coming. This is how I see it. This is how our community is the week of the International Black Theater Festival. We all come together on Black holy ground. We all are all surrounded by others, attendees, all wearing purple and black, whose eyes are all lit with excitement and anticipation for the week ahead. Again, thank you for coming today. We look forward to seeing you the week of the festival, and thank you.
Okay, guys, what you've been waiting for. Next is a complete, I think it's pretty much complete, of the productions that are coming, that was selected, and I've seen Jackie on a couple of interviews, and he keeps saying this is the best lineup that he's seen since joining the company in 2016. It's almost like we say that every year, but it really is amazing. So I would like to invite to the podium. Oh, y'all standing up? Oh, I don't know if they're standing ever because they're, anyway, Dr. Elwanda Ingram. And Don't talk about their size, please. And Wendy Walker. I have them on the program as enthusiastic pint-sized North Carolina Black Rep supporters every year. Are they behind me? Okay, Dr. Ingram, Wendy. Oh, look, they have their shades on in honor of Larry Leon Hamlin. Okay, look. Don't talk about it. Come on. Isn't she so cute? I just love her. Come on, right. Look. Come on, honey.
At least we're cool.
We're at the circus. Okay, you said what?
So we're cool.
Okay.
We're cool like that.
Give them a hand, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Elwanda Ingram.
And I'm Wendy Walker.
All roads lead to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Black Theater Holy Ground, as festival goers excitedly await the return of the world's largest event in Black theater, the newly rebranded 2024 International Black Theater Festival. The legacy of Larry Leon Hamlin and Sylvia Sprinkle Hamlin, Mr. and Mrs. Martastic, continues.
From insightful workshops and seminars to enlightening films, a wide range of performances will be presented by a diverse and talented group of artists from across the country and abroad.
Get ready for an exciting opening night gala. Following the awards presentation, enjoy a moving and riveting performance of Love Warriors, written and performed by Daniel Coey Beatty.
Several world premieres will be presented at this year's festival, including Heritage and I Am a Shepherdess by the host company, the North Carolina Black Repertory Company, and Feed the Beast, the Tuskegee experiment on the Negro male by the company that brought the hit play Cowboy.
Remember that one?
Yes.
The Larry Leon Hamlin solo performance series will feature Float Like a Butterfly, Muhammad Ali, and From Birmingham to Broadway, starring Nell Carter, Two Wings to Heaven, the Bessie Coleman story, Who Will Sing for Lena? That's Lena Baker, and the world premiere of the Claudette Colvin story. Before Rosa Parks, 15-year-old Claudette Colvin was arrested in Montgomery, Alabama, refusing to give her seat to a white woman.
True to tradition, the festival will offer an array of musical styles celebrating the rich legacy of African American music. Broadway veteran Chester Gregory, yes, many of you remember him from his performances. Jackie Wilson returns in a Motown celebration with Chester Gregory. Other musicals include A Taste of Soul, performed by longtime festival participant, Black Ensemble Theater in Chicago.
They're always good.
And Soul Crooners Solid Gold Edition by West Coast Black Theater Troupe in Sarasota, Florida. I got to get my tickets today.
And How High the Moon, the music of Ella Fitzgerald, starring Broadway performer Tina Fabrique. The Congo Square Theater Company in Chicago will make its premiere appearance at the festival in a solo performance of A Twisted Melodies about the iconic Donny Hathaway. North Carolina's own Agape Theater Company in Durham presents the popular musical Crowns. And Blake Visual Entertainment in Atlanta, who presented us Natural Woman. You make me feel like a natural woman. That returns, and another tribute to a legend, At Last, an Etta James story.
Emmy Award winner and R&B singer Allison Williams joins Grammy nominee Terry Steele in Betcha by Golly Wow, There's Never Too Much, a tribute to Phyllis Hyman and Luther Vandross. presented by Ebony Repertory Theater in Los Angeles.
Two famed New York theater companies will present two dramatic plays, Unentitled from the Negro Ensemble Company and Telling Tales Out of School, New Federal Theater. You'll put even more drama in Paradise Blue from the Ensemble Theater in Houston. No worries, you'll get some dramedy in Coconut Cake by Melba Beatty, winner of the Sylvia Sprinkle Hamlin Rolling World Premiere Award. The play features Nathan Perdue, a former soap opera star of The Young and the Restless and One Life to Live.
The thought-provoking play, Dissonance, asks the question, can a black woman and a white woman who have been friends for 20 years have an honest, open conversation about race? Well, I guess you just have to come and find out.
That is true. Returning to the festival from Cape Town, South Africa, is one of South Africa's legendary artists, Tembe Mashala Jones, in A Woman in Waiting. This marks her 5th appearance at the festival.
Pittsburgh, PA will be in the house with a biomusical, Blues is the Roots, from the Horizon Theater Company, Inc., and The Bluegrass Mile from Pittsburgh Playwrights Theater Company.
Representing some of the finest collegiate theater in the Fringe are two August Wilson's plays, 7 Guitars, put on by North Carolina A&T State University. Aggies in the house? All right. And King Hedley II from the University of Southern California, guest starring television actor Dorian Missick from Shirley and Being Mary Jane. This year will mark 7 of the 10 plays by August Wilson presented at the festival over the years. The hit comedy, Chicken and Biscuits, will be performed by North Carolina Central University, and Thoughts of a Colored Man by Norfolk State University.
Other solo performances include Both and, a play about laughing while black, Pasadena, California, and Fly, Panama City, Panama. Thomas, nephew Tommy Miles of the Steve Harvey Morning Show, performs his one-man show, Nephew Tommy's Life After 50. I wonder if he's going to be doing any of those prank phone calls. Oh, well.
If you're a night owl, you have the hilarious Michael Coyer's comedy extravaganza at 10:30 p.m. Then you can go across the street to the Benton Center for the Midnight Poetry Jam, or you can attend a midnight reading at the Reader's Theater series at the Marriott. You can see all of this in one day.
Well, Elwanda, let me ask you a question.
All right, please.
Okay, would you say this is a typical one-day schedule for the avid festival goer?
It is.
All right, okay. 10 a.m. to 1:30, attend free workshops, seminars, film fest, or Reader's Theater at noon. 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. shows, 10:30 p.m. late night comedy, 12 midnight poetry jam, or midnight Reader's Theater.
And you expect me to do all that every day? Well, as long as I can go to the International Vendors Market, I love to shop.
She loves to shop.
Get my new T-shirt.
Even though the plays are at the center, the festival would not be complete without the National Youth Talent Showcase, Teen-tastic, Youth Celebrity Project,
The International Colloquium Storytelling Festival, Reader's Theater, and more. Please go to ncblackrep.org for a full performance schedule, show descriptions, and to, don't forget, purchase your tickets. I'm Elwanda Ingram.
And I'm Wendy Walker.
We'll see you at the theater.
Along with the shows, we will also be honoring the night of the gala our honorees. And here to give you the list of our honorees this year, please welcome board members Renita Brewington and John Singleton.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Let me stay on point. We are pleased to announce our 2024 International Black Theater Festival honorees. So, John,
The first honoree I'll tell you about is the Sidney Poitier Lifetime Achievement Award, and that's going to be Robert Hooks.
Our Larry Leon Hamlin Producers Award will go to Mark Clayton Southers.
We've already heard how much we love and respect the work of August Wilson. Well, the August Wilson Playwright Award will go to Marcus Gardley.
The Lord Richards Directors Award would go to A. Dean Irby.
And we have 4 Living Legend Awards. They go to Larry Marshall, Lazan Mitchell, Denise Nicholas, and Count Stovall.
Our Outstanding Achievement in Costume Design would go to Malette Nora.
Outstanding Achievement in Lighting Design, Jason Lynch.
Our Outstanding Achievement in Scenic Design would go to Wynn P. Thomas.
Outstanding Achievement in Stage Management, Lisa Dawn Cave.
The Theater Longevity Award goes to Crossroads Theater Company out of New Brunswick, New Jersey.
And the Special Recognition Awards will be given to Teresa Earring, Stanley Wayne Mathis, and Alton Fitzgerald White.
Theater Arts and Humanitarian Award would go to Linda Blackman Lowry.
And you're just going to have to come to the opening night gala on Monday, July 29th to find out about these awards that will also be given. The Sylvia Sprinkle Hamlin Rolling World Premiere Award, the Mabel P. Robinson Emerging Artist Award, and the Tanya Pickens Legacy Award.
So let's say congratulations to all our honorees.
All right, get ready to be amazed. All right, he's here from New York. All right, Love Warrior highlights the power of the human spirit to triumph over immeasurable trauma. Please welcome, you've seen him here before in the festival from his hit Emergency. Please welcome Daniel Beatty with Love Warrior.
Thank you, how are you? Thank you, Brian. Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, y'all can do better than that. Good afternoon, everybody. It is so great to be here. Every time I come to Winston-Salem, it feels like coming home. I truly credit the late, great Larry Leon Hamlin and Sylvia Sprinkle Hamlin, along with Ruby Dee, for launching my career at this festival. I'm going to be presenting Love Warrior, which is my story of what has happened since the last time I was at this festival. I actually visited a plantation in South Carolina during COVID, was met on the porch by an 88-year-old white man in a mask who used to run the museum that is in what was Master's house. This is the plantation where my great-great-grandmother was enslaved. When I get there, I'm met on the porch by him. He has a book. He tells me to open it to a certain page and read what's inside. And it reveals that when my great-great-grandmother was captured in 1816, she was the daughter of a king in West Africa. From that experience, we were able to trace which region that would have been the best we could, which was the Jamestown region in Accra, Ghana. I connected with the Queen Mother then the paramount king and a council of 20 kings. They invited me back to Ghana to return my great-great-grandmother's spirit via my body. And then they installed me as a king to reconnect the family line. And they gave me the name Koa. Koa Ni, which is king, Ayi, which is the family name, Lawulu, which means the great fire, the third. So that's why I go by Daniel Koa Beatty now. So I tell this story combined with excerpts of various of my plays, musicals. And so I'm going to share a brief excerpt now of one of my most famous works, which is Knock Knock, which is also in the piece. And I just like to say thank you to everyone who worked so hard to make this festival happen. Early in my career, I couldn't find a way. I'd gone to Yale undergrad, I'd gone to a 3-year graduate program, I came out of grad school, and I just did not fit, in this system that didn't seem to have space. This festival not only gave me the first major platform, but people from this festival, the theaters, gave me my first tour around the country, and that's how I have a career. So you are seeding not only into what happens in Winston-Salem, but you're seeding into an artist's life for the rest of their lives. Yeah. So as you're able, whether that's financially or with your time, I truly encourage you to support the International Black Theater Festival. Sometimes I feel like a fatherless child, a long ways from home, a long ways from my home. As a boy, I shared a game with my father. We played it every morning till I was 3. He would knock on my door, and I would pretend to be asleep till he got right next to the bed. Then I would get up and jump into his arms. Good morning, Papa. And my papa, he would tell me that he loved me. We shared a game, knock, until that day when the knock never came. My mama takes me on a ride past cornfields on this never-ending highway till we reach a place of high, rusty gates. A confused little boy, I enter the building, carried in my mama's arms. Knock, we reach a room of windows and brown faces. Behind one of the windows sits my father. I jump out of my mama's arms and run joyously towards my papa's, only to be confronted by this window. I knock, trying to break through the glass, trying to get to my father. I knock as my mama pulls me away before my papa even says a word. And for years, he has never said a word. And so years later, I write these words for the little boy in me who still awaits his papa's knock. Papa, come home, because I miss you. I miss you waking me up in the mornings and telling me you love me. Papa, come home, because there's things I don't know. I thought maybe you could teach me how to shave, how to dribble a ball, how to talk to a lady, how to walk like a man. Papa, come home, because I decided a while back I want to be just like you, but I'm forgetting who you are. And years later, a little boy cries, and so I write these words, and I try to heal, and I try to father myself, and I dream up a father who says the words my father did not. Dear son, I'm sorry I never came home. For every lesson I failed to teach, hear these words. Shave in one direction with strong, deliberate strokes to avoid irritation. Dribble the page with the brilliance of your ballpoint pen. Walk like a god, and you will know the God in you. No longer will I be there to knock on your door, so you must learn to knock for yourself. Knock down doors of racism and poverty that I could not. Knock on doors of opportunity for the lost brilliance of the black men who crowd these cells. Knock with diligence for the sake of your children. Knock for me, for as long as you are free, these prison gates cannot contain my spirit. The best of me still lives in you. Knock with the knowledge that you are my son, but you are not my choices. Yes, we are our Father's sons and daughters, but we are not their choices, for despite their absences, we are still here, still alive, still breathing, with the power to change this world, one little boy and girl at a time. Knock, knock, who's there? We are. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's my absolute pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Daniel Coy Beatty, give him another hand, please. He says I can pull off those pants. I just don't think so. Please welcome back our managing director, a spirit of fire in the office that keeps us in line and keep things going. Please welcome India Mack.
Let me tell you, I'm so happy to be following that, because a lot of people, they'll say, woo, that was a lot, but I say, woo, I'm on fire and I'm ready. Yes, I'm excited, and you reminded me why I get up and do this every day, because 45 years ago, Larry Leon Hamlin, he had a vision. And he created a space, and I think about him all the time. Someone asked me, if you could have dinner with someone, past or present, who would it be? And I always say it would be Larry Leon Hamlin, and I've been saying that for 3 years. And the reason why is because I want to ask him, 45 years ago, when you created NC Black Rep, what did you see in the future? Did you see me? Did you see Daniel? Because we weren't here. But he created a space for us to dream and be who we are. And I feel myself getting a little emotional, but bear with me. I remember when I was little, I used to sit down and watch cartoons on Saturday mornings. And I used to watch a cartoon called The Jetsons. Y'all know it. Meet the Jetsons. Okay, we're on the same page. So, in The Jetsons, the supervisor for Mr. Jetson, he would call him. And Mr. Jetson could see him even though they were in two different spaces. And I thought, that's crazy. And my mama said, oh, that's the way of the future. If you think now, they're in the future, India, that's the future you're going to live in. So when FaceTime came out, I said, God damn. My mama was right. Can I say that? I'm sorry. I'm real Southern. But I said, what? I am in the future. When you envision things, this man who wrote this cartoon, he didn't know FaceTime was coming, but he dreamed it and he put it in a cartoon. It became a reality. I said, wow, if I just dream, what I see in the future can be a reality. And so I want to talk up to Mr. Hamlin, ask him, what was your vision? What did you see in the future? Because the things that I want to see, I want to have those things confirmed and affirmed. And that's what we do in Black theater. We confirm and affirm Black culture. That's what we do every day. Now I'm going to open my phone to my notes because I do have them. Yes. I got excited, and when I get excited, I just start talking. So I want you to take a trip with me 45 years into the future, because right now we're 45 years into the legacy. 45 years into the future, what do you see? You can answer it. That's a real question, y'all. I can see you in here. What do you see? What do you see realistically? Because I wondered if Mr. Hamlin saw us marketing on social media. Did he see me reading notes off of my cell phone? What do we see in 45 years? I know one thing that we can guarantee that we're going to see. We're going to see NC Black Rep continuing to tell Black stories that changes minds and open hearts. That's what we're going to see. And I see myself cheering the loudest and the hardest for the next generation of Black theater makers, because there are people who have cheered for me. Many people in this room have cheered for me. My mother cheered for me. When I say I want to be an artist and people say, ooh, we need a Black up here, my mom said, no, you go out and you be an artist. And that's what I want to do for the next generation of theater makers. They have someone sitting in the classroom today saying, I want to be an actor. There's someone sitting in the classroom today saying, I want to write plays, and I want to be the biggest cheerleader for those people in 45 years. And how do I do that? Do you want to know how? Okay, thank you. I was hoping you wanted to know, because I was like, do I end it now or do I keep going? Okay, so I can keep going. All right. So the way you do that is through philanthropy. That's one of the biggest ways. The inaugural chair of the now International Black Theater Festival, Maya Angelou, said the difference between charity and philanthropy is the distance of the soul. To be philanthropic is to give something, but to be charitable is to give one's own heart. I invite you to join our philanthropic circle, the Marftastic Society. There are 3 levels of membership, and you can learn more about it on our website or meet with one of the Marftastic Society members in this room today to learn more about why they became Marftastic, and then you can meet with our staff members, Darlene and Sequoia, out in the lobby and become Marftastic yourself. The second way is to support Campaign 45. Now, what is Campaign 45? Campaign 45 celebrates 45 years of Marftastic theater making, and it celebrates 45 more years of Marftastic theater making. And it goes to our education campaigns. This year alone, we have serviced 240 students in the Forsyth County Public School System. We have hired 6 teaching artists to serve those students, and we are in 3 Forsyth County public schools. And I ask you to be philanthropic, to give today, and make that charitable contribution like Larry Leon Hamlin did. He gave his own heart to the city of Winston-Salem. So I ask you, and I'm gonna go off of Daniel Corbett, I'm gonna knock at your door, and I hope you answer by making a contribution today. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, we're wrapping up, and we want to give you a taste, another wonderful taste of one of the shows that I know that's going to sell out. I want you to welcome performers Maria Barber, Rochelle Walker, India Williams, Angelica Bridges, and Aya Wallace. They are cast members of Crowns, presented to you from the Agape Theater Project of Durham, North Carolina. They will be here August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd with 5 shows, so get your tickets now. Kenneth Hinton is the artistic director. Please welcome the cast of Crowns.
The more I study Africa, I realize that African Americans do many African things without even realizing it. Adorning the head is one of those things. Now, I own about 60 hats. Street hats, church hats. But I mostly wear my gele because they connect me to the motherland. They connect me to myself. Whether it's the intricate braids or the distinct hairstyles or the beautiful hats we wear to church on Sundays, we all just know inside that we are queens, and these are the crowns we wear. Now, when I get dressed for church, I'm going to see the king. So I must look my best.
Sometimes under those hats, there's a lot of joy and a lot of sorrow.
Listen, never, ever, ever touch my hat. Admire it from a distance, honey.
I bought that hat and I strutted out just like I strutted in. All right, yeah.
I got a crown, you got a crown, all God's children got a crown. When I get to heaven, gonna put on my crown. I'm gonna walk all over God's heaven.
Thank you, thank you. August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 5 shows. Guys, thank you for being here today. Mark your calendars, July 29th through August 3rd, the city turns purple. Please support the NC Black Rep. Log on to ncblackrep.org, call the office, buy tickets, join out in the lobby, the Marvtastic Society. Thank you all for joining us today. We'll see you at the festival.